For Christmas, we want to get away and explore Banff National Park, which is one of Canada's most popular destinations, particularly in the spring and summer months. Our plan was to spend about 6 days that included some driving time. Googling the drive from Seattle to our destination showed about 11 hours, but we also had to consider the change in time zone to about 1 hour forward. However, because of the weather conditions and seasons, it was one of those trips where we were unsure if we would possibly make it to our destination. It was important for us to make sure that when we were booking our accommodations, free cancellation was possible up to the closest date to our travel time as possible, in the event that the weather takes a sudden turn for the worse and we have to basically cancel everything. The route from Seattle is fairly straightforward. Just get on Highway 1 until you reach your destination. We periodically checked the BC Highway site and followed up on the reports and live camera feed to check the weather conditions. The 7-day forecast looked clear and good to go, so we set off on our Christmas trip. The first day was spent mostly driving from Seattle to Kamloops and from Kamloops to Canmore. By the time we arrived in Canmore, it was already pretty dark. Not much else to do but relax in the hotel we were staying at and prepare for the next day. I guess you could say today would be the real day one of our trip in Banff National Park. We were honestly fortunate to get sunny days during our entire trip here. Unfortunately, it was kind of an El Nino year, so sadly there wasn't as much snow in Banff as I was expecting. There were still some bare spots on the mountain, especially for this time of year, but nonetheless, the surrounding mountains and scenery were simply beautiful. Banff National Park's mountain scenery is just stunning. The colossal peaks covered in snow, the serene lakes reflecting the beauty, it's honestly just a genuine masterpiece of nature. Today was focusing on Icefields Parkway. It is a stretch of road that takes from Banff National Park to Jasper National Park and is considered a must-see in both the summer and winter seasons. The roads were groomed regularly, but road conditions can still be a little treacherous. You will need the Banff National Park Pass, which can be purchased as you make your way towards the Parkway. Luckily for us, our hotel accommodation had a free park pass, so we were able to use it the entire time that we were visiting, but otherwise expect to pay about 10 Canadian dollars per person per day. The last time we did the Icefields Parkway was in summertime, and it was already a breathtaking experience. We anticipated that the winter would be no less different, and honestly, we were correct. The drive was just simply beautiful, and there were a lot of points of interest for everyone to stop and bask in the natural beauty. We had planned to make Athabasca Falls our last stop before heading back, and all in all, the trip took about 7 to 8 hours, which is more than enough to cover the entire day of activities. I was looking through our old videos from the summertime, and we could clearly see the significant changes from summer to winter. I do have a regret of not spending at least one evening in Jasper National Park, and I remember at the time when we visited last, one of the employees, I guess for some reason or another, told us that Jasper National Park actually closes for the winter time, so I didn't really bother to look and see if they were actually open this time around, but oh well, my mistake. After having a long day of driving, we want to spend some time checking out some of the other popular destinations in the area. We made plans to visit the popular Johnston Canyon and Lake Louise. Putting the destination onto Johnston Canyon on Google Maps gave a slightly improper location. If you followed the Bow Valley path coming from Canmore, there's gonna be a parking lot in the roundabout section. This is the entrance and location to the start for Johnston Canyon Trailhead. This was a pretty popular trail and quite a bit of people walking this trail. From what we noticed, most people end up just stopping at the lower falls as it is shorter compared to hiking towards the upper falls. When we got to the lower falls, there was a significant amount of people waiting to take pictures, so we decided to continue and make our way up to the upper falls. It only took about another 20 to 30 minutes before reaching this spot. It was gorgeous to see the frozen icicles from the cliffsides and parts of the frozen waterfall from the upper falls. It's one thing to see a waterfall flowing in full force, but it's another to see it frozen in the distance with the water still running from behind. A great place to stop, bask in the beauty of the upper falls of Johnston Canyon. Since we didn't get a chance to visit the lower falls, we want to quickly make our way over there. After arriving to this spot, there was still a long line of people waiting to want to take pictures inside the cave. We decided to just go ahead and stop at the bridge, take a quick video and picture, as the bridge was good enough to get a good view of the lower falls, and plus, we had other places to visit. After Johnston Canyon, we started to make our way towards Lake Louise. We had plans to hike the Fairview Lookout, and it was a fairly short hike, although there is a bit of an elevation gain to this hike. At the time, we did not need any snowshoes as the ground was pretty hard packed. Once we made it to the top, we got some beautiful panoramic shots of Lake Louise with the Fairmont Hotel in the distance. Making our way down towards the Fairmont, it was such a contrast to see the difference between the summer and winter times here. During the summer, expect to see gorgeous turquoise blue colors, and in the winter, expect the lake to be frozen. It was fun to be able to walk along the frozen lake and see people enjoy the scenic views of Lake Louise. Just around the corner, they had a frozen ice castle that people can come and take pictures. There was some puddle spots, so make sure that the shoes you're wearing are at least waterproof, otherwise you're gonna have a bad time. After spending time outdoors, we want to go ahead and take a look and see what the Fairmont view is all about. I can't imagine honestly spending the amount of money to stay in this hotel for the evening, but if I did have the money, it would definitely feel like living like a king or a queen. Simply breathtaking inside, and make sure to get a nice cup of hot coffee or cocoa and enjoy the winter wonderland. We spent our last day here checking out the city of Banff. Initially we had set out to try and do the Tunnel Canyon trail hike, as I remembered it being a beautiful scenic hike that overlooks the city of Banff. However, come to find out that the road to Tunnel Canyon is closed. There's an area not too far from the trailhead that people can come and take a beautiful distance shot of the Fairview in Banff. Since our plans had to change, we ended up stopping by the Bow River Trail, which is just off the Fairmont Hotel exit. A great stop to check out the frozen Bow River. There's a staircase you can climb up to. However, with the frozen ice, the stairs do become very slippery, so gotta make sure to use those handrails going up and coming down. Since we had some extra time, we decided to go ahead and visit another Fairmont hotel, this time the famous Fairmont Banff Springs. There was a small parking lot, but we didn't want to pay for the expensive parking, so we ended up just parking on the street for free. Another gorgeous hotel by the Fairmont. This one surprisingly is a lot nicer than the one we visited over at Lake Louise. Walking in, you definitely feel like you're accessing an old castle. This location had a lot more areas that guests can walk around, so we took our time here to really explore the castle and get some fun and unique pictures of the Fairmont and its surrounding areas. As always, gotta try out the hot cocoa and enjoy the warm drink with the beautiful cold scenery. After spending about 2 hours at the hotel, we walked around the main street on Banff Avenue. I remember visiting Victoria Island and having my first beaver tail, and was happy to see that they had stores here. A beaver tail can best be described as eating a flat churro glazed with Nutella and whatever other add-ons you decide. Highly recommend it. We bought tickets for the Sulphur Mountain gondola ride. Initially, I wanted to save the money, being Asian and all, and do the hike, but decided, you know what, this would be a better thing done at night, as we get the twilight colors of Banff and also get to experience what's called Nightrise event that they were hosting at the top of the mountain. Tickets were $70 per person, but honestly, it was definitely worth the price to get the beautiful ride up and scenic night panoramic views of Banff and the surrounding mountains. For the last event for the evening, I had made reservations to a free event called In Search of Christmas Spirit. I had found out about this event checking out Banff Lake Louise website and saw an advertisement for this event. It was definitely something for the kiddos, but it's also a nice way to get out and explore the cascade of time at night. It was cute that they had a little story about this owl who was trying to gather a crew of their fellow animal mates, all with a climactic event at the end lighting up a Christmas tree. A cute free event that the city hosts for free. All in all, we really enjoyed our time here. We realized at the end that we could save an extra day by simply condensing our road trip to one long day instead of spending 2 days driving. That way we can maximize our time here and do and see more. It was an amazing experience and really want to come back again sometime in the future. The beautiful scenic landscapes, the snow-capped mountains, and that small winter town vibe makes Banff truly a place to visit for the winter season.